God says, this is the most urgent moment of your life, and heaven has finally decided to reveal the name of the snake hiding closest to you, the one whose betrayal is cloaked in love, whose smile has disguised poison, whose name, when spoken, will shake your soul. Comment Amen right now to affirm you're ready for this truth. The time to remain blind is over. The moment to be silent has passed. What has been hidden in darkness is about to come to light. This message was not meant for everyone. It was meant for you. And if you are reading these words, you have been divinely chosen by my voice to receive this holy revelation today. But do not delay. The truth has only a short window before it is sealed again, possibly forever. If you feel the weight of this, if your heart trembles and something deep inside you knows this is not random, then like this video now, so heaven may count your faith as obedience. That small act may open a floodgate of divine protection before the enemy strikes again. You have walked through seasons of confusion, where your trust was shattered and your peace stolen, yet you still prayed, still hoped, still believed. You questioned the silent betrayals, the unspoken slander, the quiet sabotage behind your back. The reason the storm has been so heavy is because someone you kept close was planting poison in your soil, not love. And now, by my mercy, I am bringing their name into the light. Comment 11:11 if you believe your spirit is prepared for this moment. I saw the tears you cried alone. I watched you break down while pretending to be strong for everyone else. I witnessed the way they used your kindness as a weapon against you. I heard the false words spoken behind your back while you prayed for their success. And I know you don't deserve the wounds they caused. This isn't just betrayal. This is spiritual warfare. This is an attack on your purpose, your peace, and your prophetic calling. And now I, your God, have stepped in. You've been feeling restless, haven't you? A sense that someone near you isn't who they claim to be. You've seen subtle signs, little inconsistencies, but you ignored them because of love. Because of history. Because of the guilt you carry for walking away from people. But I say to you today, do not let guilt blind you to the trap set for your destruction. The snake is close. Too close. And now I will name them in your spirit. Prepare your heart. Comment 222 if you trust that I, your Lord, am guiding this moment. I have not forgotten how you stayed faithful even while surrounded by betrayal. I have not ignored how your heart has been crying out for clarity. I have not been deaf to your cries at night. Every time you felt unseen, I was watching. Every time you felt unheard, I was listening. And now, I am responding, not with silence, but with revelation. Your future is too important. Your calling is too great. Your next season is too powerful to be delayed by deception. So I must remove what has been blocking you. That person whose name is about to echo in your soul has delayed your progress long enough. They have drained your joy, clouded your judgment, and whispered lies that made you question your own worth. But no more. I am the God who exposes lies. I am the God who lifts the veil. I am the God who sends warnings to protect what belongs to me. And you, my beloved child, you belong to me. No one who speaks evil of you behind closed doors will continue to sit at your table. No one who curses your name in secret will be allowed to prosper off the blessings I give you. This is your moment of separation. This is your hour of divine clarity. They have walked with you, eaten with you, laughed with you, and yet their heart has hated you in silence. They envy your light, your favor, your resilience. They saw you as a threat, not a friend. While you celebrated their wins, they mocked your losses. While you prayed for their healing, they rejoiced in your suffering. But they could not hide forever. Light always exposes darkness, and I am that light. Your angel has been standing guard through every battle you didn't even see. And Archangel Michael has been released with one assignment today, to reveal the one who carries the serpent's spirit close to you. It may be a friend, a relative, someone you once trusted with your soul. But I tell you, do not fear the name. Fear the delay that comes if you ignore this warning. Your time to rise is now. You've waited long enough. You've endured more than you should have. And now, I am restoring what was stolen. Every blessing that was blocked because of their presence is being unlocked. Every door that wouldn't open is swinging wide because the saboteur is being removed. You don't need to understand how this will unfold. You just need to believe that I am already orchestrating the moment of truth. I am sending confirmation, dreams, a message, a whisper, a sudden unease that will speak the name. And when I do not question what you hear. Trust that your spirit is not lying to you. You are not imagining this. You are awakening. Do not go back to what I removed. Do not protect what I have exposed. The longer you entertain the snake, the longer you delay your blessing. And your blessing is urgent. It has been approved. It has your name on it. And it will not wait much longer. Comment 555 if you know you were not meant to stay in the dark anymore. The snake I am exposing is not just anyone. This is someone who had access to your heart, to your secrets, to your sacred spaces. They were positioned close so they could strike with maximum damage. They studied your insecurities. They watched where you were wounded. And instead of covering your scars with grace, they poked your pain with judgment. You trusted their silence, but behind that silence were daggers ready to pierce. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account overnight? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that's flipping lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth attraction brainwaves. People are now stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. They smiled in your face, but I saw what they whispered when you left the room. You gave them space in your life, but they were quietly making room for your downfall. They cheered for you in public but rolled their eyes in private. They mimicked support but plotted sabotage. You couldn't see it, but I did. I have been watching, waiting, and protecting you in ways you don't even know. Even as you read this now, there's a battle going on in your spirit. Your heart is remembering faces. Your soul is recognizing patterns. That discomfort you feel right now is not fear, it's revelation. It's the spiritual confirmation that this word is your warning. This moment is not just a message. It's divine intervention before permanent damage is done to your destiny. You may feel torn. You may feel shocked. But you must not turn away. If you skip this and go back to your day as if this meant nothing, you are walking away from a rescue that I set in motion just for you. I did not bring you this far to let a snake sabotage your finish line. You are too close to breakthrough. Too close to healing. Too close to the promise I made you. And that is why I am speaking clearly now, louder than before, firmer than ever. There is a reason your peace has been inconsistent. There is a reason your spirit feels heavy after talking to them. There is a reason your dreams have been troubled. These are not coincidences. These are signs from heaven. And now, I confirm it with my word to you. The time has come to sever what has secretly been suffocating your anointing. The enemy knows he cannot steal your blessing. So instead, he sends snakes disguised as friends to delay it. To drain you until you give up on your own miracle. But he has failed. Because now, the truth is arriving like thunder, and your soul will never unhear it. Comment 777 if your heart is open to receive what I am about to show you. I will not let you stay in the grip of betrayal. I will not let your purpose drown in manipulation. I will not let this snake wrap tighter around your destiny. I have sent angels to fight battles you never even saw forming. I have blocked curses before they reached your door. I have rewritten timelines that were corrupted by their wickedness. And I have done all of it because I love you more than words can say. You've questioned me. You've wondered why certain doors wouldn't open, why certain prayers seemed unanswered. My child, I was protecting you. I had to delay your harvest until I removed the hands that were waiting to steal your fruit. You don't realize it yet, but what I held back was mercy. What I paused was protection. What seemed like rejection was actually rescue. You see, the snake didn't just want your blessing, they wanted your identity. They wanted to become you. To walk in your favor. To enjoy the glory without carrying the pain you carried to get there. But they could not handle your fire. They could not walk in your oil. They wanted your crown, but not your cross. And now, I am removing them from the path they tried to poison. This is a shift in the spirit. This is a new hour of clarity. From this moment forward, you will begin to see things as they are, not as they pretend to be. You will notice behaviors you once ignored. You will hear the double meaning behind their compliments. You will feel the weight lift when they leave the room. That is not your imagination. That is revelation. And when the moment comes, and it will, you will know their name. It will be whispered in your soul like thunder. It will not bring fear. It will bring freedom. Because once the snake is revealed, the spell is broken. You will no longer be bound by confusion. You will walk in authority again. You will speak boldly again. You will dream freely again. The chains they placed around your vision are falling off now. Comment 999 if you feel the chains breaking off your spirit right now. I saw the moment they smiled at you while secretly speaking curses over your name. I heard the conversations you were never meant to hear. I saw the messages they never showed you. They pretended to care, but their intentions were rooted in envy, not love. They celebrated your setbacks more than your victories. They offered help, only to keep you dependent and small. And still, you loved them. Your heart is kind, and that's why I had to step in. Because the depth of your love would have excused the depth of their betrayal. You would have let them back in again and again, thinking your loyalty could change their heart. But I, your Lord, know their spirit. I see what you cannot. I hear what is said when your name is mentioned in rooms you've never stepped into. And I can no longer allow their words to poison your future. You must understand, this is not an ordinary exposure. This is a divine unveiling of someone who was positioned by the enemy but disguised as a blessing. That's why the wound hurt deeper. That's why the confusion lingered longer. Because the attack came from a familiar face, not a known enemy. You didn't see it coming because you never expected war from the ones you loved. The spirit of betrayal has hovered around you, attempting to distort your judgment and steal your discernment. But I have cleared the air now. What once felt cloudy is becoming clear. The fog is lifting. And soon, their name will rise in your thoughts not as a guess, but as a confirmation. You won't need to ask for a sign. I will place the truth so boldly in front of you that your soul will tremble with recognition. You are not going crazy. You are awakening. That pressure on your chest, that inner stirring, that urge to distance yourself from them, it wasn't fear. It was me. It was my spirit trying to nudge you before the bite came. You wanted to believe in their change. You wanted to see the good in them. But I saw the trap they were building under their compliments. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest ticket to luxury? Recently leaked research shows a simple brain ritual that's allowing people to attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, this technique is transforming debt into abundance, instantly. Homes, cars, and vacations are just the beginning. If you're seeing this now, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. Comment 1515 if you know God has saved you from something you were too kind to walk away from. Now that you are here, listening, feeling, understanding, I can finally open the next door of deliverance. But this requires trust. You cannot second-guess the message. You cannot delay in doubt. The clock is ticking, and the moment to act is now. I have begun the separation in the spirit. Now, I need you to carry it through in the physical. Distance is protection. Silence is your shield. Obedience is your sword. Do not let their apology pull you back. Do not let shared memories convince you to ignore the patterns. If you entertain the snake again, the consequences will multiply. I am removing them now not to punish you, but to protect the promise that I've placed inside you. Their presence cannot survive where I'm taking you. They cannot hold the next blessing. They are not aligned with your future. They only clung to your past. This is why their energy always felt heavy. This is why every time they came close, something in your spirit recoiled. That wasn't you being harsh. That was me warning you in the language of intuition. My voice doesn't always come through thunder. Sometimes it comes through uneasiness, through restlessness, through resistance. And now you see why. This is the season where I am cutting ties so that your spirit can breathe again, so that your joy can return, so that your prayers can break through the clouds that have been hanging over you. This is not the end of a connection. This is the beginning of clarity. The people I am removing from your life are not your loss, they are my rescue plan. Comment 1717 if you feel this is speaking directly into your soul. You've been walking a path full of distractions. You've been carrying weights that were never yours, trying to heal others while bleeding yourself. And this particular person, the one whose name is being revealed to you right now, has been feeding from your light while refusing to walk in it themselves. That's why you've been so tired. That's why your mind has felt scattered. Because their presence was creating spiritual warfare behind the scenes. But now the line is being drawn. Heaven has decided. The veil is torn. Their mask is slipping. And even if they try to hide it again, your soul will no longer be blind. I am placing discernment in your eyes. I am placing boldness in your voice. And I am placing distance in your steps. You will not go back. You will not entertain the serpent twice. You will not be deceived again. And from this moment forward, the blessings that were paused will begin to flow. The prayers that felt unanswered will now receive response. The miracles that were delayed are being dispatched. Because what was blocking them is being removed. This is not just a revelation. It's a release. What you thought was a betrayal was actually an answer. What you saw as heartbreak was heaven's protection. You fought for them. You stood by them. You defended them when others raised concerns. You silenced your own suspicions because love kept your eyes closed. But while you were busy giving them grace, they were preparing betrayal in silence. They smiled at you because they never imagined I would show you what they did. But now, the moment they feared has arrived. The truth is rising, and it will not be buried again. You're not losing them, my child. You're being freed from them. You're not being abandoned. You are being rescued. Their absence will not create a hole. It will make space for the real, the pure, the divine relationships that I have been waiting to send your way. For too long, you have mistaken familiar for faithful. Just because they've been in your life for years doesn't mean they deserve to stay in your next chapter. They brought confusion, and you called it a phase. They drained your peace, and you called it sacrifice. But I call it spiritual sabotage. And today, I call it finished. I have broken the chain that kept them tied to your purpose. Their name is being removed from the assignment written over your life. Because they no longer fit where I'm taking you. The person I'm talking about doesn't just envy your life, they envy your resilience. They envy the way I keep lifting you up no matter how many times life tries to pull you down. They envy your strength, your anointing, your ability to walk through fire without smelling like smoke. That's why they tried to distract you. That's why they tried to divide your spirit. But their time is up. Comment 1111 if you feel their energy breaking away from your atmosphere right now. There is a shift happening in the invisible. You may not feel it with your hands, but your spirit senses it. The pressure in your chest, the tightness you've carried for months, it is lifting now. I am loosening the grip of every spirit that attached itself to you through false relationships. I am delivering you from every hidden word spoken against you behind your back. And I am redeeming the time you lost entertaining what was never from me. Your destiny requires isolation sometimes. That's why I allowed the loneliness. That's why you felt the urge to disconnect from everyone lately. It wasn't random. It wasn't depression. It was separation. I was pulling you out of their influence before the next chapter began. If you had taken them with you, they would have destroyed everything I had built for your restoration. They don't just dislike you. They despise the light that lives in you. They don't just gossip about you. They've partnered with dark spirits to speak death over your blessings. But their words have failed. Their plots have been overturned. Their curses have been reversed. Because I have covered you. I have surrounded you. I have placed my seal upon your head. You are untouchable by darkness when you walk under my covering. What's the buzz behind the 7-second brain trick making headlines? A recently leaked CIA brain ritual is turning heads, and bank balances. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple home method is turning money blocks into unstoppable wealth flow. Homes, cars, and cash are flooding in. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You kept wondering why the relationship didn't feel right anymore. Why their presence made your spirit uneasy. Why the trust felt forced and the conversation started to drain you. That was my spirit tugging at your soul, saying, "Pay attention. I will not let the serpent stay close to my chosen one. I will not let poison rest near my beloved. You were never meant to be bound to betrayal." Comment 333 if you trust that I am releasing you from this entanglement now. I know this hurts. I know this feels like loss. But pain is not always punishment. It is sometimes the price of protection. I am not taking something away. I am returning your peace. I am not breaking something beautiful. I am removing something dangerous. I am not creating distance out of cruelty. I am making room for truth, healing, and wholeness. The next season of your life is too important to share with those who wish you harm in secret. I have heard their private laughter when you struggled. I have seen their eyes light up when you failed. I have seen the way they tried to compete with you, even when you weren't playing the same game. They were never your partner. They were always your parasite. And I have shut it down. This is your cleansing. This is your reset. This is the final chapter of pretending, and the beginning of divine clarity. You will wake up lighter. You will hear me clearer. You will stop second-guessing yourself. The doubt they implanted in your mind is being uprooted now. The shame they seeded in your spirit is being burned away. The fear they fed in your heart is being cast out. Watch how doors begin to open now. Watch how your body begins to heal. Watch how your creativity returns. Watch how divine connections find their way to you effortlessly. That's what happens when the snake is removed. That's what happens when your spirit is no longer entangled with deceit. You thought the silence meant I had forgotten you. You thought the delay meant I had changed my mind. But no, beloved. I was guarding your promise from premature exposure. The snake wanted to enter with you so they could spoil the harvest once it came. They had no intention of celebrating your growth. They were only there to plant seeds of destruction in your soil. And I love you too much to let that happen. Now, the shift is already happening. The spiritual separation has begun. You may feel their energy pulling away. You may notice them growing distant, cold, or even angry without cause. Do not try to fix it. Do not chase what I am pulling away from you. This isn't rejection, it's protection. This isn't punishment, it's preservation. I am clearing the path because where you're going, they cannot follow. They may accuse you. They may try to guilt you. They may cry or lash out or twist the story. Let them. The truth doesn't need defending when I'm the one who reveals it. Your job is to obey. Your only assignment now is to walk forward with eyes wide open. No more delays. No more excuses. No more pretending you don't see what I have already shown you. You have cried enough over people who were never sent by me. You have lost enough sleep trying to win the approval of someone whose heart was never clean toward you. You have bent yourself backwards trying to keep peace with someone who only wanted power over you. But now I am untying every knot they created in your soul. Comment 555 if you feel the grip of that connection being broken in this very moment. I saw how they slowly made you feel small. How they tried to silence your voice, dim your light, and plant doubts about your calling. They were threatened by your growth. They were afraid of what you might become if you ever healed, if you ever fully walked in the truth of who you are. And that's why they worked so hard to keep you confused, dependent, second-guessing yourself. But not anymore. I am clearing the fog. I am straightening what they twisted. I am restoring your confidence. I am reminding your soul of its worth. You don't need them to affirm you. You don't need their applause. You have my hand on your life, and when I favor someone, no force on earth can undo it. You will notice how your mind becomes clearer. How your body begins to rest. How your emotions begin to settle. Because the warfare they carried is being lifted off of you now. They were a door the enemy used to access your joy. And now that door is closed. I am sealing it. I am locking it. I am guarding it with angels. You must understand this, just because someone walks with you doesn't mean they're walking for you. Some people attach themselves to your light only because they live in darkness. They aren't there to grow. They're there to feed. And when you stop feeding them, they turn. But I say to you, don't fear their turning. Let them walk. Let them reveal themselves. And let me deal with them. There is no need for revenge. No need for confrontation. I will handle it. I will deal with every tongue that rose against you. I will expose every lie, reverse every curse, silence every rumor. You stay still. You stay pure. You stay focused. This is your time to rise without baggage, without drama, without dead weight on your wings. Comment Amen if you believe I am lifting you higher right now. You have carried too much for too long. But this is your release. You will no longer carry what doesn't belong to you. You will no longer shrink to make others comfortable. You will no longer tolerate disrespect in the name of loyalty. Your love is too sacred to be mishandled. Your presence is too valuable to be taken for granted. What if just 7 seconds could flip your entire financial life? A shocking CIA leak has revealed a powerful brain ritual that's helping ordinary people wipe out debt and attract wealth beyond imagination. Backed by 4 cutting-edge neuroscience labs, this at-home breakthrough is turning everyday lives into dreams, luxury cars, beautiful homes, endless vacations. But this secret may vanish soon. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. And now, your reward is coming. I saw what you did in secret. I saw the way you forgave when no one knew. I saw how you served even while bleeding. I saw how you prayed for the ones who betrayed you. And because you remained faithful, I will now reward you openly. Doors are opening now that were once shut. Blessings are being released that were once held back. Healing is coming where there was once pain. And all of this is happening because you listened, because you obeyed, because you refused to stay blind. I am not just revealing the snake so you can see what was hidden. I am revealing the snake so you never again question your own discernment. For too long, you've sensed the wrong energy. For too long, you've explained away the bad behavior. For too long, you've ignored the quiet alarms in your spirit. But no more. That old version of you, the one that kept giving chances to those who never earned your trust, is being left behind today. This is the part of your life where you begin to believe yourself again. Where you trust what you feel even when it's hard. Where you no longer wait for proof when I've already given you peace to walk away. I didn't give you that uneasiness for no reason. I didn't disturb your spirit to confuse you. That discomfort was my divine whisper saying, "My child, this one is not safe." You may not have wanted to believe it. And I understand. I watched you wrestle in prayer, trying to justify the connection, trying to preserve the relationship. But I had to keep pressing into your heart until you couldn't ignore it anymore. Because what's ahead is far too important for you to carry snakes into your next season. This next chapter requires clear eyes. It requires a clean heart. It requires sacred boundaries. I am aligning your life with peace, with purpose, with promise, and there is no room for sabotage. No space for half-hearted loyalty. No space for secret envy wrapped in fake concern. Comment 1414 if you feel your spirit opening up to what I'm building in you. I know letting go is painful. I know you still care. That's the kind of heart you have. You want to help everyone. You want to save everyone. You want to believe the best in people. But this time, I am asking you to save yourself. This time, I am telling you to protect your light. Because you are stepping into a season where your oil must not be wasted. They didn't just want to be around you, they wanted to be you. They studied you. I watched them copy your words, your ways, your spirit. Not because they admired you, but because they wanted to replace you. That's why I had to intervene. Because your calling is not for imitation. Your favor is not transferable. Your purpose is not shared. You are not to be duplicated. You are my original creation. You are rising now. You may not see it yet, but in the spirit, your name is being whispered in places you haven't even dreamed of. Your obedience has unlocked access to rooms your enemies cannot follow you into. The snake is being silenced. Their assignments against you are being cancelled. And your name is being written in the language of victory. Do not return to what I've released you from. Do not explain yourself to people I've removed. Do not entertain the temptation to prove anything. Let your fruit speak for you. Let your peace confirm your direction. Let your healing be the evidence of my presence in your life. Comment 1212 if you feel your healing has already begun. They never thought you'd find out. They were confident their deception would go unnoticed. But what they forgot is that I am your God. And I protect what is mine. When the enemy sends snakes, I send fire. And I have consumed every hidden agenda with my holy flames. What was sent to trap you is now being turned into your testimony. What was meant to break you is now birthing your blessing. Don't think I haven't seen how far you've come. Through heartbreak, through fear, through confusion, through betrayal, you kept walking. You kept trusting. You kept praying. Even when your knees were weak, you called out my name. And now, heaven is answering back with restoration, with justice, with divine favor that no enemy can block. Let them talk. Let them twist the story. Let them wonder how you knew. You don't need to explain what I revealed. The snake has been caught. The name has been shown. The exposure is complete. All that remains is for you to walk in your freedom, your truth, your new beginning. I am your shield. I am your peace. I am your provider. And I am your revealer of truth. You have entered a space where your peace will no longer be negotiable. Where your energy will no longer be drained by people who secretly hope you fail. Where your heart will no longer be offered to those who only want access, not relationship. The snake I revealed was stealing not only your peace but your vision. That's why your dreams felt foggy. That's why your spirit felt heavy. That's why you kept questioning yourself even when you knew you were right. But that cycle is broken now. I've severed it. You don't have to keep checking if you did the right thing. You don't have to keep wondering if it was real. It was real. Their betrayal was real. Their envy was real. Their intentions were never pure, even if their words were sweet. And now that the mask has fallen, I am giving you new eyes. Eyes that won't be fooled again. Eyes that see clearly even through fake smiles. Could this hidden CIA brain ritual be the real reason people are suddenly rich? A secret CIA discovery has just leaked, revealing a brain hack that's pulling wealth into people's lives effortlessly. It only takes 7 seconds, it's done at home, and it's backed by 4 neuroscience labs. Debt is vanishing, luxury is becoming normal. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky, the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. You are not being dramatic. You are not being paranoid. You are finally seeing what I saw all along. And with that vision comes strength. With that strength comes healing. And with that healing comes elevation. The reason the snake had to go was because elevation is next. I'm calling you higher. And the higher I take you, the fewer people can go with you. Not everyone deserves access to your anointing. Not everyone can handle the weight of the glory I've placed on your life. They wanted your favor, but they didn't want your fire. They wanted your blessings, but they never wanted your battles. They saw your shine, but they never saw your scars. And because they only wanted the outcome without understanding the cost, I have stripped them of their influence in your life. Comment 1111 if you believe this elevation is already happening. I am building something sacred in you now. A new foundation. One that is not shaken by lies, not broken by betrayal, not shaken by storms. I am planting confidence where doubt once lived. I am restoring joy where fear once ruled. I am sending strength where weakness had taken hold. Because you are no longer walking wounded. You are rising whole. This is what deliverance feels like. It's not always loud. It's not always announced. Sometimes it happens silently, in the late hours of the night when your tears water the floor, when your chest feels tight from the weight of truth. But that pain is holy. That ache is healing. That breaking is not destruction, it's reconstruction. I am building you again. Stronger. Clearer. Unshakable. Let their absence become your freedom. Let their distance be your confirmation. You are not losing anything. You are gaining me, fully, deeply, and without interference. No more spiritual interference. No more emotional manipulation. No more pretending for the sake of peace. The only peace I give you now is real. Pure. Lasting. This next chapter won't require you to explain yourself. The people I send next will recognize your heart. They will speak your name with honor, not with envy. They will support you in prayer, not secretly compete with you in silence. They will protect your name even when you're not in the room. Because I'm not just exposing snakes. I'm preparing safe spaces for your soul to thrive. Comment 999 if you feel that new community forming around you now. You're not too late. You haven't missed your blessing. In fact, your greatest blessing was paused until this snake was removed. That's why it felt like everything was on hold. That's why you felt stuck. Because I wouldn't allow you to pour into a cracked vessel anymore. You've cried for overflow, but I needed to heal your cup first. And now, that healing is happening. Doors are opening again. Relationships are being restored. Opportunities that slipped through your fingers are circling back. Because now your hands are clean. Now your spirit is clear. Now your heart is guarded. And that is where my glory can safely rest. You are ready. Not because you have all the answers, but because you've finally surrendered the weight I never asked you to carry. Let me lead now. Let me rebuild what was broken. Let me restore the years you feel were wasted on people who never deserved your presence. I can do it. I will do it. I'm already doing it. Keep walking with me. I still have more to reveal. And it's going to change everything. The snake was not just a person. It was a spirit sent to keep you bound to the wrong cycles. A cycle of overgiving. A cycle of spiritual exhaustion. A cycle of pleasing others while abandoning your own soul. But I have broken that chain. I have severed what once felt unbreakable. I did not do it to punish you. I did it to prepare you for the greatness you kept praying for but never thought you were truly ready to receive. Now, I say this to you, my beloved, you are ready. You are more than ready. You are stronger than you've ever been. And not because of what you've avoided, but because of what you've survived. The storm didn't take you out. The betrayal didn't crush you. The silence didn't destroy your voice. In fact, it made your voice louder, clearer, more prophetic. And now, what once hurt you will no longer hold you. You are stepping into the season of unshakable discernment. No more confusion. No more wondering who is for you and who is against you. I am not only revealing the snake, I am illuminating the faithful. I am sending people whose hearts are pure, whose hands are clean, whose intentions are blessed. Because now, your spirit can recognize the difference. You no longer walk blind. You walk with heavenly vision. Comment 777 if you believe that spiritual clarity has entered your life for good. The person who betrayed you was never bigger than the promise I placed over your life. Their role in your story was limited, even if their presence felt long. They were allowed for a season, but not for your forever. They were permitted for a purpose, but never assigned to your promise. That is why they had to go. Not because of your hate, but because of my holiness. This is not bitterness. This is clarity. This is not revenge. This is rescue. Do not confuse the pain of separation with punishment. It is deliverance. You are being delivered from false loyalty, from toxic cycles, from the bondage of always trying to be the one who makes it work. I never asked you to break yourself for people who wouldn't even bend for you. You see now, don't you? The constant drain. The unexplained heaviness. The emotional roller coaster. It wasn't just life. It was the result of being yoked with someone who was never aligned with your purpose. And the moment you stepped out of agreement with that energy, everything began to shift. Your spirit is lighter now. Your prayers are hitting heaven with fire again. Your thoughts are becoming clearer. Your nights are more restful. That is not a coincidence. That is what peace feels like. That is what happens when the snake is removed and the sanctuary of your spirit is cleansed. Why is this 7-second brain ritual suddenly going viral? Leaked CIA files have exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the floodgates to wealth. Verified by 4 top labs, this ritual is turning financial pain into prosperity, fast. From massive bills to luxury trips, it's changing lives. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. I am not done healing you. I am not done blessing you. I am not done rebuilding what was broken. But now, you will build from a foundation of truth. Not illusion. Not pretense. Not manipulation. From here on, your steps will be guarded by my wisdom. Your relationships will be chosen by my spirit. Your doors will be opened only by my hand. Comment Amen if you are ready to build your next season with divine guidance only. The snake thought it won. It thought it could linger undetected, slowly sabotaging your joy. But I sit high and see all. And I've had my eyes on your heart from the very beginning. I've watched your obedience, your kindness, your struggle to love the unlovable. And now I say, well done. You didn't give up. You didn't turn bitter. You didn't become like them. You stayed pure. Because you stayed pure, you will now see power. Because you stayed loyal, you will now see breakthrough. Because you stayed humble, you will now be lifted higher than ever before. No one will take credit for this next blessing. It won't be your doing, their favor, or anyone's pity. It will be my hand alone. And when they see it, they will know, you were never the one to underestimate. I am about to put your name in places you never imagined. Not for validation, but for purpose. Not for applause, but for influence. I am raising you for a reason, and now that the snake has been exposed, nothing will block what's next. I have shown you the snake not to hurt you, but to heal you. I have shaken your soul not to break it, but to awaken it. You kept asking me for breakthrough, for clarity, for protection, and this is the answer. Exposure is painful. But it is also holy. It is sacred. It is mercy. And I have wrapped my mercy around you like a shield to make sure you would survive this truth without losing your spirit in the process. This person was not small in your story. I know that. They were close. They were trusted. You wept for them. You made sacrifices for them. You built with them. You dreamed beside them. And now you know, they never truly walked beside you. They walked behind you, hiding weapons, watching you soar while silently praying you'd fall. But I did not allow you to fall. Because I never left you. Even when you were surrounded by deception, I held you up. Even when their words struck your back, I healed you before you noticed the wounds. Even when your mind was clouded with doubt, I whispered to your spirit, reminding you that you are still chosen, still covered, still mine. Comment 1414 if you believe you were protected even when you didn't know what you were being protected from. You've been carrying so much weight, my child. Trying to keep peace. Trying to hold people together. Trying to be the strong one while your heart was slowly breaking. But that season is ending. You are no longer required to carry what weighs you down. From this moment forward, you carry only what lifts you. Only what speaks life. Only what matches the future I've ordained for you.